I'm like literally having trouble like deciding on which camera that I want to go with. What's up guys, your boy D-Dog here. This is a preview as to what I'm trying to get. The camera that I rock right now is the Canon Rebel T5i. The lesson that I learned is when I was coming from Texas is that sometimes I can't carry this camera around just as much as I would need a point and shoot. So at this point in time, if I'm going to be doing travel vlogs, I'm going to need point and shoots. I'm going to need a point and shoot flat out, because what I've learned is that like I did not want to carry this camera when I was at the tournaments and everything. If I'd had just a point and shoot, then probably would have got more footage, but seeing that the venue was very dark, I couldn't even record a lot. The choices are, it's either the Canon G7x Mark II or the Sony RX100 Mark V. Both cameras are extremely good for their purpose. Now, like I said, I have a Canon camera. I'm like literally having trouble like deciding on which camera that I want to go with, and you know, it's very weird for me right now. So let's go ahead and open up this web page so I can get the comparisons. Alright. Okay, so as you can see on this website, I found the specs between the two cameras. As you can see, they already have it like in the green, and then they have it just with not green, obviously. So we want to know which is better. As you see, the MSRP for the Canon G7x Mark II is marked at $679. That was as of March, so I don't know if it went down. Probably won't, you know what I'm saying. The Sony RX100 Mark V costs $100. No, not $1,000. The sensor on the camera, it's a 1-inch, 20.2 megapixel, while the Sony RX100 is 21 pixels. So it's kind of killing it a little bit on the megapixel wise. It's just one of those things that is, if it really matters that much, then go for it. The max video quality on the Canon G7x Mark II, you get the 1920 by 1080p, you get the 60 frames per second, so you get 30 frames per second, then you get 24 frames per second. So with that, normally I'm always streaming, or whenever I do my vlogs, I'm always doing my vlogs in 23.98. It's not exactly 24 frames. Don't ask why, I don't know, but that's how they get the calculation. And plus they say shoot it in 24 frames is for the natural eye. The natural eye can react to 24 frames per second. If you hear that noise in the background, my fiance is having her little wedding meeting right now. So if you hear them laughing, giggling, whatever, it is what it is. With that being said, the Sony RX100 has 4K, and it can shoot 30 frames per second in 4K, 25 and 24 4K. Then I can shoot in 1080p at 240 frames per second and 480 frames per second and 960 frames per second. That's like for slow motion, okay? So that puts it at a situation where it's like, dang, it's killing, you know, it's killing it right there. I'll be pretty much having the same exact camera just in a portable form if I was to go with the Canon G7x Mark II. The ISO is at 125 to 25/600, while the Sony RX100 is at 80 to 128. The max shutter speed, as you can see, the RX100 is killing it by a lot. The resolution screen is about the same, but the 3-inch, you get a 3-inch LCD screen, but you get more pixels with the Sony. Only difference is that between the two is it actually has a touchscreen. The Canon has a touchscreen, the Sony doesn't. I actually like the touchscreen feature on my T5i because it helps me out a little better. The battery life also lasts longer between the two, as you can see, not by a lot, but it's still more. I can also shoot in RAW as well if I wanted to. The continuous shooting on the Canon G7x Mark II is actually low, so 8 frames per second in RAW format up to 30 frames and then you get 24 frames per second in RAW format up to 71 frames. So that's pretty nice. Now for underwater white balance, I won't be shooting underwater. If I'm gonna go underwater, I might as well just buy I might as well buy a GoPro Hero 5. And the minimum focus distance, as you can see, it's killing them, you know what I'm saying? It's still got the 1.975 centimeters, but the Canon has the 1.31 at 40 centimeters, while the Sony has 1.975 centimeters by 11.81 at 30 centimeters. So it's kind of like, yeah, but we're gonna give you this in a way. And of course the dimensions, it's killing it, but not by a lot. The dimensions, I don't really understand it like that. These are the choices that I gotta make if I'm gonna go with this camera, whatever camera I wanna go with. I gotta make a decision, you know, to see which camera that I wanna go with. Let's jump back and let's see if we can come up with a reason of which camera we should get. All right, so you saw the comparison between the two cameras. As you can see, like the Sony is killing it. It's like really getting, like it really kills the Canon on like spec wise. From what I've been seeing from other people's videos, you see that the Canon one actually looks nice. Now the reason why, if I was to go with a Sony, I know me, I know, and I used to have Sony cameras. I had like 2 cameras and they both got stolen. I had 2 Sony camcorders. My car was broken into one time and my camera was in there. I know if I go back with Sony, I know that I'm gonna wanna upgrade my DSLR to a Sony. Don't wanna do that right now because Sony cameras are not cheap, okay? As you can see with the price for the Sony RX100 Mark V. That leaves me in a situation as to which camera should I go with. I like the Canon one because, for one, the price, the MSRP, I like the price, and I'm very familiar with the Canon brand, with, you know, how to work the Canon cameras right now. So that'll be the only reason why, you know, I would stick with Canon to, you know, to make my choice. Both cameras actually has a flip screen that comes up, so when I'm shooting, when I'm vlogging, I don't have to look over here to look for you know, to look at the screen. I'll be looking up here, and you guys you wouldn't even tell that I was looking at the lens or not, because right now I'm looking at the microphone where the camera would be. Other than that, man, I really don't know what to pick. Like tomorrow I'm going to ProCam, and you know, I'm gonna go and check out both cameras in person. I think I'm gonna bring my camera to vlog this decision. Let me know in the comments, like, which camera should I go with, man? Like, I really don't know. Like, I've seen mostly all the big YouTubers, they like switched over to Sony. You know, Casey Neistat even switched over from Canon to Sony. I don't know, man. Like, I guess Sony is the new wave for the, you know, when you get big with, you know, you gotta think about the budget. Let me know in the comments what you think, you know, which camera I should go with. This will be my point and shoot. So when I'm traveling, or when I'm at work, this will be more convenient for me. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I would prefer you subscribe and smash that like button, you know what I'm saying? Let me know, man. I value my, you know, my audience opinion a lot, and I appreciate it if you guys help me out here. Help. I need backup. All right, so thanks for watching. You guys stay up and stay safe. Peace.